Six is sin, they calling his name. Talking this shit, bro, you did it again.
They can say it out loud, this is an animal.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to the show. How's this week going? I just dropped my first single on Spotify. It's actually on all of your music platforms. But I got me a new mic. I don't know if this is going to sound better or worse, but I can hear myself, which is, about the song, right? Man, I'm so grateful for everyone that's like listened to it and messaged me and stuff like that. It was real buzzy because I just made the most of the time that I had, just jumped on it. Obviously we can't fire while, the traveling and stuff's just out of the question with all the levels and the limited amount of people that's allowed in the arena. It kind of makes no sense to put on a show. So, I just made the most of the time that I had, really. I dropped They Won't, the different streaming sites and stuff like that. I don't even know. I bought a new camera as well. So hopefully this is clear because I can see myself. But yeah, They Won't, bro. Like I wrote that song. I actually wrote it straight after the Hooker Chandler fight. A tough fight. It was just, he just got caught, Hooker got caught, and it was one of those things, man. The fight game is so like, you up 1 minute and then next minute you're down. Fighting is not for everybody. If it was easy, everybody would be doing it. Unfortunately, it brought out, Tall Poppy's. I don't know if anybody saw Izzy's speech at the Hellbergs, but he basically said, we have this huge problem, this Tall Poppy problem in New Zealand, and real ugly because for some reason, somebody else's success hurts you. You know what I mean? Like it's indirectly, a lot of people take that shit personal when somebody else is like trying to actually do something better for themselves. And it made me so mad. Like I was literally really mad, and I was like, man, like to the point where I went and found some IP addresses, bro. I was just like, I hate these dudes, bro. And a lot of them have done nothing at all with their life. And it's so crazy to me that you can have this much hate on somebody that's actually trying to do some shit. These guys, they're putting New Zealand on the map. They're representing the country so hard, but some of you flops just think that it's okay to just run them through the mud. You know what I mean? What have you done? What have you done? Like a lot of you that I've seen online, and they probably wouldn't even watch this shit, obviously, because like it's just my peeps that are watching it. So like, but honestly, if you catch somebody talking shit and they have not done anything with their life, bro, call them out on that shit, because we need to stop that. New Zealand, we create superstars, and amazing how small of a country this is, and the amount of world champions that come out and the amount of elite athletes that come out of here. It's mental, bro. Team of 5 million, as Auntie says. It's so mental that we don't even support our own. When somebody gets a little bit extra clout than they normally would, all of a sudden, all these little gremlins come out of the woodworks, bro, and they start just writing the foulest shit, and it honestly pisses me off. Pisses me off real bad. Like we've got this thing in New Zealand that's way bigger than any pandemic. That it's an epidemic of just do nothing pussies. You know what I mean? They do nothing and they just wait. They just wait for somebody to stumble. And I think that probably stems a lot. Like for me in my younger years, right? I was quite confident, like, and I still am. And it wasn't even like me being confident. Like people took it the wrong way. You're just too cocky. You need to humble yourself. But like me being confident shouldn't be hurting you. Like it shouldn't. You shouldn't have a problem with somebody that's confident. Most people, bro, give up on their dreams because of shit like that. Because of like their family members saying that they can't do shit, they can't do anything. Like it's like somebody wants to do something with their life. Somebody has a goal, and then they tell the closest people, the people who are supposed to be the closest and supposed to support them, they're the ones that are saying, "Nah, you can't do that. You can't do that." So their insecurities are like, like you can't do that. You know what I mean? Like projecting your insecurities because you can't do it. You know what I mean? Like you can't do it. Doesn't give you the right to tell somebody else that they can't do it. And unfortunately, that's really deep embedded into this culture where thousands of Kiwis who actually try and do something and then they get pulled back because other people are, insecure that they're actually doing better, better than you, better than themselves. And it sucks because like these guys, bro, they put New Zealand on the map, these UFC boys, right? But it's mostly New Zealanders, Kiwis, bro, that's giving them the most shit. And I see it online, I see it in the comments, and it's just like, bruh, what's the hate about? You know what I mean? So when I wrote that song, it was easy for me to write. I think I probably wrote that song probably in the shortest time I've ever written a song, like I wrote 3 different verses for that song. The last verse, like I changed the last verse a few times, like fully just rewrote the whole last verse. I wrote the last verse last week. The feel of it was good, but I kind of wanted something more, less aggressive, but more impactful, right? So I don't know if you haven't heard the song, it's out now on like iTunes, Amazon, wherever you get your music from, YouTube Music, Spotify, and all that. Just search up Lost the Rapper, one word, LOSTHERAPPER, and have a listen, bro. Like the 3rd verse, I actually wrote that in my car on the way home after showing one of the boys. Those feelings, bruh, it's like it honestly pisses me off. Like most people give up on their dreams because they're too worried about what everybody else thinks, where that shouldn't be the case. You know what I mean? And I like, whatever goals that you have, whatever dreams that you have, bruh, go for it, because at the end of the day, it's you, it's only you. The people with the loudest voices, the people with the loudest criticism, I guarantee, bruh, that they don't have the balls to do half the shit that you have planned in your head. You don't dim your light just because it's shining in somebody else's eyes. And that's true. And that should be true for everyone, bruh. Don't give up on your dreams. Don't give up on your goals just because you're worried about what other people will think. Or maybe your goals are too big for these people. So they're like, oh, that won't, like, nah, bro, you can't do that shit. Don't tell me that I can't because you can't, always carried myself, just like people say that I can't do something. Right. And that's stemmed from like when I was a child, like I was always just wanting to do shit, you know what I mean? And like, and big things, and then it translated into my fighting. And I remember this one time, before I started fighting, I was at my dad's house with one of my uncles, and this was years back. But when I first started training, I remember him saying, "Oh, because I said like I wanna fight, I wanna do something with this, And then like he basically was just like, "Oh, son, don't do that. Like it's not, you're never gonna like do anything with it." And then I was just like, "Hey, like and he obviously like he wants the best for me, but and that was just him playing the safe road. If I took it on board, like certain people in my family as well, like they downplayed the fighting and stuff like that, but it's just like, nah, bro, like I can do this shit. Like I said it, so I had to do it. You know what I mean? I put myself in that space where, okay, now I got to do this shit. You know what I mean? So I did, Brian. I worked hard, and have you seen The Secret? If you haven't seen The Secret, it's like basically whatever you think, it comes true, right? That has been skewed a little bit because a lot of people have these big dreams, right? And thinking, oh, if I can just visualize it, then it's gonna come true. Nah, bro, nah. The visualizing is a huge part of it, but the work that you have to put in to actually achieve your goals, that's the main thing. You know what I mean? It's the journey to that goal. That's the most important part. Like you can visualize, whatever, you can put a Lamborghini on your wall, bro, and visualize it, and then like you ain't gonna get no Lamborghini if you're just coming home every day and just visualizing that shit. Like you just push at it, and this epidemic or this pandemic of tall poppies that we have in this country, bro. It's disgusting, really. It's really disgusting, and you guys just gotta understand, bro, like frick, you got goals, you got dreams, do that shit. do that shit. Don't worry about what anybody else thinks. Like it's such a shame. It's such a shame, right? And going back to people who are closest to you, right? It's such a shame that a lot of people that you're close to aren't even your biggest supporters. You have strangers that, not even blood, that will rock for you way harder than a lot of your family would. And it's a sad thing, and then you shouldn't let that get you down. But like I said, like strangers would rock for you way harder than your family would. You know what I mean? So just go, but you never take that personally or what. You just keep doing you, because if you need somebody else's approval for trying to get to your goals, bro, that ain't actually gonna it's not gonna work for you. It's not gonna happen, because it's you're in charge of your own destiny. Obviously some people have a better head start in life than most. You're in charge. At the end of the day, it's the amount of work that you put in. Luck comes into it for sure. Like, I've been lucky to meet certain people that's given me knowledge, that's put me on certain paths. I've got so many things going all at once, bruh. I do talk to people, they're like, frick, you got so much, how do you find the time to do this? It's because I want to do it. If you want to do some shit, you'll find a way. You'll always find a way. You either find a way, you find an excuse, whatever it is, that's what it is. Like, there's no reason why you can't do something. I just finished watching 268, I think, Chandler and Gaethje, and bruh, that was a scrap, bro. Like, I honestly, Gaethje is scary dude that's gone under the radar for a long time. I mean, everybody knew he was a scrapper, right? He's evolved. He's become this elite fighter, because most of the time, most of his fights coming up, he's just balls to the wall, bro. Let's go. Let's just scrap. One of us are going to get knocked out. Now he's smart, and it's a scary thing. I think Ngannou's smart, and patient Ngannou. That's another scary one there that's coming up, because he's on another level. Like, if Ngannou can just not rely on that hand of God, that just right hand that'll just touch your soul. If he can push past that, bro, he'll be a scary heavyweight, and he'll be a heavyweight for a champion for a long time. But back to this Gaethje and thing, I wish it would have gone 5 rounds. I honestly wish it would have gone 5 rounds, because I reckon 5 rounds, bro, on those two. I don't think Chandler's leg would have lasted that long, though, because he was getting touched up a little bit on that leg, and you saw it like with him switching stances and trying to come in. Like, people don't understand, like, you get kicked in the leg enough, bruh, like, it's over for that power. Slow cook him in the first and fry him in the second, bruh. It's just like, you just chop, you just invest in their leg, bang bang bang. Once the power goes, bro, then you just start touching them, you start picking them apart. But anyway, that fight, that was gangster. Thug Rose and what's her name? Wei Ling. That's racist thing. I don't know. I forget her name. The Chinese girl that's like can probably kill 90% of the average males. That was a mean fight. She's tough, bro. Like that Wei Ling, like that. It sort of makes me think about, like, when I was fighting in China, bro, I fought some dudes. They're just tough, bro, and they can take fights. I remember this one fight I had in Jingzhou where this dude, bro, like, no lies, I hit him so many times and I cracked him with some solid ass shots, but the bro was just still there. He had this huge head. It was about that big, bro, and like, actually, I was hurting my hand, like, cracking them. And these guys are just tough, bro. They bred tough. Rose needed to dig deep for that one, because Wei Ling, man, I should actually get her name. Wei Ling, she's a gangster. She's like a real one. You know what I mean? Rose is smart, and Rose is a gangster. So Rose is a champion for a reason. You know what I mean? And the last fight with Usman and Kobe, like, these are the top 2 dudes. Like, I don't think anyone else in that division can come close to these 2 dudes. And that fight was gangster from the start to the finish. I feel for Chandler a little bit, because him coming from Bellator and him having all this hype behind him just goes to show, like, bro, UFC is a whole nother breed. UFC, to be the best in the UFC, is being the best in the world, 100%, hands down. Like, you've got fighters in Asia and one championship, that are, that are legit killers, right? But skill level, I think like no one tops that. You just have to look at Ben Askren coming over, like he was so dominant in the ONE FC for so long, and then came to the UFC, bruh. Like that fight with Robbie, that was a all right one, but everything else was pretty average. Him getting baptized by I can only think of him as Street Judas, Masvidal. That that knee from hell, that I think that sort of sent being back into the shadow realm. Like he was, nobody really cared about him anymore. Yeah, the UFC, 100% best fighters in the world, and we've got 6 of our boys in there. Like, where's that respect, bruh? We've got 6 of our New Zealand, 7, I think, 7 of our Kiwis, of our brothers, bro, that got brought up through the school of hard knocks in New Zealand. And the hate, bro, when they stumble, it's just so frustrating to see. And it's just like, man, if we could just send people to half of your IP addresses and just record that and just get like, because I mean, I know that, there's just little people, little mind, like it's, I wrote in the song, like, it's funny, your words just scream, look at me, I'm mad at my life. Daddy was mean because his panties were tight, didn't follow my dreams. So I stay up at night and things ain't what it seems. So I start picking fights. Like, that's basically what it is. Your hate and your thing, bro. Like, that must suck. Like, having all that negative energy inside of you towards somebody that doesn't even give a shit about you too. Like I don't understand it. That if half of these haters put their energy into something positive, bruh, like I guarantee that they'll be happy. They'll be happy with their life. It frustrates me. It frustrates me as a fighter. Frustrates me as a person. Frustrates me as frustrate. Right? I can't even talk properly. Frustrates me as a person as well, because it's just like, bro, why you hate? Why do you hate? You kind of, I just feel so. It really pisses me off. Anyway, I wrote that song, and I've got so much good feedback from it. The streams are doing really well. Thank you everyone who streamed it and thing. Like I this music thing. Like, I've always loved music. I've always, music has always been life. When the writing thing, I only just started writing songs recently. Not many people know, but I write a little bit of spoken word. But with the music thing, it was only recent that I actually, decided that, oh, maybe I'll just do this, And there were a few people cracking up, like, when I said, nah, G, I'm gonna write some raps, they were being haters, but like, I don't care, because they don't pay the bills, they don't help me with my life, they've never helped me with my life with anything, I mean, as if I'm gonna listen to somebody that's done nothing with their life. Like, I don't put them down on the spot. I'm just like, right, your insecurities are not my insecurities, cuz, you know what I mean? Probably one of my favorite quotes, right? And it's your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. Do you know what I mean? So you shouldn't have to bring yourself down to somebody else's level just because they can't get to your level. Don't ever downgrade yourself to make anybody else feel comfortable. Be yourself, be your authentic self. Always just be yourself 100% of the time, bro, because it's you at the end of the day. The same dudes, right, that tell you can't do something, or, oh, what are you training for? Oh, you want to be a firefighter, like that. Bro, I guarantee you, after you win some fights, boom, they're your best friend. Now, I remember when, oh yeah, no, I know him. They try and get some clout off your name, bro. So don't give a shit about what anybody else says. Yeah, I think that's probably it from me, because I didn't really I've got a guest coming on next week, the bro Kyle Gallagher, so that should be a good show. Would be interesting to hear his thoughts on this whole situation. We're getting closer to there's a couple of court cases right now with the whole mandating thing, which I feel, and I still 100% believe, like, that it's wrong. Like, you can't be forcing what do you call it, medicines that's still under trials, right? So the trial ends in 2023. Why are we pushing it that hard on everyone else? You know, it doesn't make sense. You know, like we can't be pushing the banana on everyone when it's still in its trial phase, because how sad is that? That most people don't even care that it's in its trial phase. Like most people are just like, oh, you know, you take it so we can open up the country. Bro, like, think about it. You're the guinea pig. We're the guinea pig, you know? But the mandating thing, bruh, it's bullshit. It's bullshit. How dare they push a vaccine that's, ooh, I shouldn't have said that. How dare they push the banana? Yeah, onto everyone. Like, it's freaking stupid. Like, but majority of Kiwis are going with it. So, you know, if you gotta eat, bruh, you gotta eat. You know, you got family and shit like that. So do your thing. But I'm excited to get Kyle on next week. We've set it up for the next couple of days. So we'll have that. I'll get him on Zoom. We'll hopefully have this all nutted out by then. Yeah, that's it for me. That's my little rant. Don't be a hater, bruh. You know, don't downplay people in your circles dreams and goals, because what's the point? You know, you just focus on yourself. You know, focus on you trying to get better, like you trying to actually do something, and not still be that guy in your family with all the dreams but never actually did anything with it. Do you know what I mean? That's it for me. Hopefully the sound is good, the camera quality is good as well. But that's it. Love you all, bruh, and peace.
Is it Carlos Hicks's
Said they
time?